Hello, hello. We are here for a TNA review. Feel a little bit better. I was up till basically 2 a.m. with, I don't know, the stomach flu, the stomach virus. I don't know. But hey, how are you guys? Welcome, welcome. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, let's talk about it. TNA Impact. Okay, so we have a comment. How are you, buddy, doing? Okay, you're in 2017. How are you, Anthony? Did you watch TNA Wrestling today? How are you doing today? But again, I am getting over this cold. But let's talk about some things that caught my attention before I look at the results again. I will say Killer Kelly. I feel like instead of Zaya winning that contender match, it should have been Killer Kelly. I do feel like she should have won. I feel like the crowd reacted to her the most compared to Zaya. But also, I did like Myron Reed, his match from the Rascals. That was a good one. He did lose. There was a lot of bullshit going on. He did face someone from Mustafa Ali's group. He did face one of the members. I will say this, it was very odd when he made his entrance. That one member, I'm sorry, I don't know the name. Let me pull up the results because I don't want to be rude. Let me pull up the results so I can say the names correctly. Happy Thursday. See, I'm trying to do this twice a week now. So, hey, like promise. But, again, I'm saying what stuck out to me. So, again, I know that wasn't the beginning of the night. So again, I'm not going by order, by the way. Not going by order. But he did face John Schuyler. Again, his entrance, he wasn't really shown on the tight trend. So again, it seemed a little odd. Oh, Wicked 2. When does that come out? Thank you for coming, but when does Wicked 2 come out? But, okay, so let me get back to this. You know me, I have to edit while I talk. But we can talk about it from the order. We did have Mike Santana, him coming to address the TNA universe. I don't know. Does the TNA fans, do they have their own terms? I don't know. But I will say this. We are going back to that same old storyline with Mike Santana. That storyline where we are cheering for him to win a title. Are you here for it? Are you here for that journey again? Because again, it's going to be a new journey. So again, if you want to root for him and you want to see him chase the TNA championship, go for it and cheer for him. But again, we just went through this. But let's talk about some... Sorry, that cough is almost gone, but it's still kind of there. I apologize. But let's talk about next thing. And sorry, let me not ignore this. Okay, you know what? I should have put my little thumbnail. Give me 1 second. See, I knew it was something else I wanted to put on here. Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna do that picture. I like that. So. Sorry. But, okay, I should have put Mike Santana in the hot seat. I do apologize. I did not put him in the hot seat. I do apologize. But maybe the next person we can put in the hot seat. Let's talk about the knockouts a little bit. Again, they have these women that I really don't understand. So some of these people I am not a fan of. Some of these people I am not a fan of. But, okay, let's talk about this real fast. Again, some of these people I'm not a fan of. Again, I told you about the red and blue haired tag team. Well, I guess they are very involved. So we did have Dana Luna versus Indy Hartwell versus Rosemary and Myla Grace. Again, I like Myla Grace. She kind of reminds me of a NXT Alexa Bliss, to be honest. She kind of gives me that vibe. So she's very pretty. I do like her. Okay, like what is this? I do kind of like her vibe that she brings to the knockout division. But it doesn't really seem like TNA is trying to push her as a champion. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. But who else do I want to talk about? Rosemary, she's been, around for almost 15 years at this point. No shade, but I don't know if they're really trying to push her at this point. She's been around for a while now. And those that have not, please sub. I do post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Those that's watching the replay. But let's talk about Indy Hartwell. I guess she's that former WWE that's now a TNA knockout. A lot of people would complain if she would get the push. So I guess it makes sense for this Dana Luna chick to kind of advance. Speaking of, and let me make sure this is shown on the screen completely. Hey Chris, how are you? Did you like TNA? It seemed like you watched today. How are you? Do you like this Dana, or her redhead tag partner that she used to tag with? What is it doing? Stop. Sorry, this is weird. Now if you type hashtags, it's trying to automatically guess what you want to type. I don't know. Stop trying to guess everything. Jeez. Okay. So dismiss. Let's move on. Okay. Eric Young, he did have some backstage promos. What do we think about Eric Young? Some people, they love him as a TNA legend. Some people, they're sick of him, kind of. They're kind of like, he's kind of played out at this point. He's been around for a while now. We're kind of tired of him. So what do you think about Eric Young? I guess I'll put me in the hot seat for now. I will say with Eric Young, he is okay. He kind of reminds me of Frankie, the TNA champion, someone that is a long-time veteran of the company that will eventually get another title run. Gotta be honest. Oh, yeah, I love it. TNA, Maggie Lee is my favorite. Oh, yeah, I was about to say she's from the Elegance brand, but you did just say that she is from there. I have seen her live before at AAW Pro Wrestling in Chicago, and I have seen her at a TNA event. She's very pretty in real life compared on TV. I mean, on TV, she looks nice, but in real life, she looks way better than she appears. Also, I saw Heather. She's pretty as well. Heather, she's pretty in real life. I mean, Ash by Elegance is pretty too. I did see her in real life as well. Hell, I even took a picture with her. But, we did have Ariane and, what's his name, Santino interact together. Again, we do know that in real life they are father and daughter, so good for them that they get to work together. We did have Zack Ryder versus Mance Warner. Oops, my bad. This is Matt Cardona tonight. Okay, I had to do that. But I guess he's going under Matt Cardona again because, again, this isn't WWE. But he did face Mance Warner. Mance Warner won, we all know, with this Steph D. Laderne. Again, she's someone that's been around for maybe 6 or 7 years. she's okay to me. I'm really, sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. So I'm just used to her at this point. But I really don't get her gimmick. Oh yeah, I kind of do agree that yeah, Mike Santana is being wasted a little, but the storyline is getting a little old with him chasing the title. We've seen that before. Why do we have to see this again? Getting a little old. But they did do the injury reports. This again is one thing that TNA has going for themselves compared to an AEW or a WWE or hell, even an MLW. They show the wrestlers and their injuries and give an update to the fans. Usually we have to go on the wrestling blog sites or the wrestlers' actual Instagram or YouTube or whatever platform to hear what's going on. But TNA will actually inform their audience, which I do like the presentation. It's kind of like the NFL, ESPN vibe. So let me get on. I do like to give them that praise because, again, they are one of the first wrestling promotions that I think on TV actually present it in a serious way. So Mike Santana cleared with a torn UCL. Cleared. Elijah is out with a torn triceps. All TNA wrestlers are being monitored after that NXT attack. Again, TNA is heavily involved with NXT. Sometimes it gets a little annoying always mentioning NXT on a TNA show or mentioning TNA in an NXT show. So again, it gets a little annoying. I am not happy with AEW and its presentation for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it has been presented too well. Oh yeah, so did you watch yesterday AEW as well? And how are you tonight? I don't even think I asked you that. How are you doing? But let's move on. Mr. Stone and the NXT people, again, they are heavily involved with TNA. So it's getting a little old. I have to watch both shows to keep up. Because if you don't watch both shows, you are missing something since, again, they are heavily involved with each other. But he sent a little message to... I'm sorry, I gotta get off soon. But I do want to finish this. But he did send a message to the TNA fans and the universe and the locker room, I guess. NXT, I don't know. 1 minute NXT and TNA, they want to work together like a Javon Evans and Leon Slater. But then the next minute they want to feud. So it's kind of confusing. Are you guys against each other or do you guys want to work together? Storyline isn't sticking together, but I guess every individual with each roster is different. Oh, okay, yeah. TNA was decent tonight. Sorry. Did say I would be on here, so I do not cancel. So bear with me. Myron Reed again versus John Skyler. I would say that was the match of the night. Again, I felt like Myron Reed should have won. Glad they're giving him a little bit of solo push. I noticed that. He's the same person that... sorry. He's the same person that faced Leon Slater for that X Division Championship. Again, he is getting a solo match again. So it seems like they are trying to give Myron Reed some solo shine when he's not teaming with the Rascals. Again, it's nice of TNA to do that because every time he performs, he does show that he belongs in TNA. But again, it really doesn't matter if he's always losing. That's what I want to say. It's not really impressive when he only wins when he's part of the Rascals. Well, let me move on. We did have, speaking of Leon Slater, we did have AJ Francis and Rich Swann. Basically, AJ telling Rich Swann, you know what, you took an L. You needed me there. You were a little too cocky, so you told me not to come. But reality, you needed me. That's when Leon Slater kind of came to defend. He kind of did come there to defend Rich Swann. I will say that. Leon Slater did come there to defend Rich Swann. But AJ basically was trying to tell him, you know, I'm grown. You a child. Stay in the child's place. You know, Leon Slater was getting a little tough with him. He was telling him, AJ Francis, back in the day, we used to school those younger kids that disrespect. So Leon Slater said, what are you trying to say? AJ Francis, basically, I will beat you for your title. I will get it done compared to Rich. Leon Slater, let's get this match. I will talk to Santino and make it official. So that is what that was. Of course, AJ Francis told Rich Swann, come on, and I'm going to, show you how it's done. Implying that he's going to win. I don't know if he's going to win the X Division Championship. I thought at one point, no offense, the X Division Championship had a weight limit. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but we had the Moose challenge for it, and he was actually the champion. Now we have AJ Francis. I thought at some point it was for the smaller guys, but maybe I'm thinking about a different title at this point because everyone's challenging for it. So maybe it's just a mid-card title at this point. But I always thought the X Division was their own division where they were the smaller guys. So again, it kind of confuses me when we have heavyweights kind of challenging for that title. But again, maybe I missed something, or maybe I'm thinking about a totally different title. Okay, I feel like I'm going to cough again. I apologize. So, almost done. Thank you. Sorry. Again, I don't feel well. And those that are watching the replay that don't sub, please do. But let's move on. We are almost at the main event. But we did have the Elegance brand. They did a backstage promo basically trying to find Mr. Elegance. The first person, Ash by Elegance, she did know who that was, the voice, because they were like behind a curtain, so they couldn't really see who it was. But Dana, why not keep trying to call her that? But Ash by Elegance, the Elegance brand, so let me stop calling her Dana. But Ash, she knew the first guy, allegedly walked up to him. She knows him. They were kind of implying that she took him backstage or behind the curtains and they did some fun stuff. And then she said he's disqualified. So again, they were implying something happened between them two. But this segment was cute. It did have all three of the ladies. So I liked it. They kind of remind me of the Beautiful People a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to compare them to the Beautiful People. I feel like they are just more their success story, maybe. You know, the Beautiful People was a good faction, but now we have these three ladies that's kind of moving that legacy along with that kind of group. Again, not the same group, different kind of concept, I must say. They're more elegant, more rich, they're supposed to be, or more fabulous. The Beautiful People were beautiful, risque sometimes. And mean girls. The kind of mean girls, the Elegance brand, but they're not really that mean. They're more, we're elegant, we're better than you. They're not as mean as the Beautiful People were. The Beautiful People would do anything to win the titles. They kind of would, but they're not as vicious. But this segment was cute. I will say that. Next, we did have the knockouts again. It was another one of these 4-ways. We did have Zaya Brookside again. I didn't agree with the winner. But then we did have Victoria Crawford, aka Alicia Fox, Killer Kelly, who I thought should have won. And then we had Jodie Tree, again, the partner of the Greenhead. I see they're always featured. Again, I don't get their characters, but doesn't mean I don't want them to be featured. But again, they don't excite me that much. But, Zaya won, clearly, so it is what it is. Clearly, she is that big baby face. Again, that Alexa Bliss kind of girl that I told you. What's her name again? Let me go back. I do not like to mispronounce people's names, especially if I'm doing a review. But the Myla Grace, this could have been her if they would push her, but they don't. But, let's see. We did get a nice, Jade Stone, the new TNA Knockout, a little video package of her background. She was saying she was immature back in the day. She wasn't ready. They showed a lot of people. I think they even showed Mercedes Moné from AEW. They did mention even Bayley. I think she said that Bayley called her when she got signed and congratulated her. So they did mention and show a lot of people from outside companies. But Jada Stone looks like a promising knockout. Can't wait to see what's next for her. Very young. Okay. So then we had the main event. Jock versus Eric Young. Jock, aka Fandango, who is, by the way, retiring in January of 2026. He did just announce his random retirement where he's going to retire from in-ring competition. Yeah, I do like the Elegance brand. So yeah, I see you like them too, Chris. But yeah, I do like the Elegance brand. But yeah, sometimes I'm not looking at the camera. I apologize because I'm looking at my laptop. That's why I'm always looking down. I apologize. Maybe next time I'll move the camera near the laptop so I'm not always looking down. But thank you. The main event, I guess they kind of gave him this main event spot because he's retiring soon. But JDC won. Eric Young, again, he's been around. He's cool. So I do like him. I do feel like he's not at the crossroads with his career. I'm not saying that he's done for, but I don't know what they will do with him next. Maybe they can reinvent him again. I don't even know how old he is at this point, 45. Again, you have people that's still wrestling in their mid-50s. So again, he's far from old. Don't know how they would repackage him though. But this TNA, I would give it maybe a 8 out of 10. It was a decent show. I did enjoy it. I look forward to next week. I'm hoping they do get a great TV deal. Allegedly, they did state it may be AMC where they will be running the TNA Wrestling episodes. We don't know if Live will be part of this new deal. Maybe they are going to tell them if we want to host you guys got to be live. So we shall see what happens with TNA in their TV deal. But TNA was decent. Again, Ash by Elegance, nothing. Sorry, I'm about to get off. But nothing really new with her retirement and why she had to retire. But you notice they are still incorporating her in these segments. Again, she was part of the Elegant brand segment. So they're not really kicking her out anymore. She's more like a manager role, backstage role. So she's still involved. The only thing I noticed with her, she's not really involved when they're wrestling. Notice she's involved backstage, or she's part of their backstage. Sorry. She's part of these backstage promos, but she doesn't really go to the ring with them. Maybe, again, I don't know why she retired, but maybe she was forced to retire, so therefore she does not want to be outside the ring in the environment. She'd rather just be backstage, do her little backstage segments and be done for. Or maybe she's just willing to walk them to the ramp. We have seen her walk them to the ramp before, and then she just walked backstage. But again, she's very limited to what they're doing with her. I hope all is well. Again, it was just very setting. Again, Fandango, JDC, he did announce that he is... The more I talk, the worse it gets. So I gotta get off. But he did announce... Oh, goodness. I can't even edit this out, child. But he did announce that, yeah, that he is retiring January of 2026. So, I guess if you want to see him, I mean, he really didn't give anyone a lot of time. He did make this announcement November 13th during TNA Impact. So he said he was retiring. Let me see. I don't know if that would be on time for the Royal Rumble. Let me see. As previous TNA wrestler, Fandango announced that he would be retiring from wrestling after TNA Genesis 2026 in Brooklyn out in January. So, yes, so... Yeah, I guess he's retiring, so... I don't know how old is he. Let me look real fast before I get off. 42. So I guess he's done with the wrestling. But, again, TNA was decent tonight. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Chris. I did not really post this much about this live. Thank you those that watched the replay, because, again, I noticed more people watch the replays the day later than actually going live. People more come on the weekend one. But thank you. Thank you. This is your TNA wrestling review for November 20th. 2025, by the way. We're almost in 2026. Hey, I was on here for almost 30 minutes. Okay, I guess I'll talk for 2 more minutes just to make the 30 minutes real fast, just to be fair. I mean, I might as well. I don't think there's nothing really going on with TNA wrestling gossip-wise. We do like to gossip here, so... Wrestling Zone... At the 30-minute mark, that's when I'm going to leave in. Because, again, I'm coughing up a storm. Oh, they know they doing a lot of clickbaiting. WWE legends to sign with TNA. Trish Stratus, a WWE legend from the women's division that could make her way to TNA Wrestling Knockouts division, could be WWE Hall of Fame Trish Stratus. While Stratus still makes periodic appearance in WWE, she could also use this partnership between the two companies to make a four-way to TNA Wrestling, bringing new eyes to the growing TNA Knockouts division. Stratus could link up in the ring with up-and-coming talent from both TNA Wrestling and NXT. Definitely a force. Okay, so I don't know if this is like some gossip or this is just some we want to assume or we can guess who may go to TNA. But yeah, I haven't really heard anything about Trish Stratus trying to go to TNA Impact. This is something new. I mean, that's random, but it's a good thing, I guess, if she did like a 1-year contract. I mean, that would be good for her wrestling career that, yeah, she ended up debuting with TNA. Remember, that was the group she was in, and she actually had a run in TNA. But, yeah, that's some news for me. Let me look at one more thing before I get off. Again, I want to do at least 30 minutes. I'm already here, so I might as well. Now they're going to have me be looking all night like, dang, where'd they come up with this? See, TNA Wrestling, when you look up news, they don't really get a lot of news. Okay, this was 9 hours ago at WrestleZone. Asked by Elegance will share her story at the right time. Wants to build a TNA brand. Asked by Elegance will tell her story when she's ready, but not right now. She's focused on building the TNA brand in any way she can. Wrestling Zone spoke with former TNA Knockouts champion while she was promoting TNA's upcoming television in El Paso, Texas. Ash is back on the road with TNA in a non-wrestling role. This is just short of 2 months after she vacated the title due to not being cleared to compete. Her situation has been difficult to talk about, but Ash just wants to find the right time to open up about her status. Ash loves a success story and might open up more when there's a little rainbow at the end of the story. Okay, does that mean there's maybe hope that she can come back in the ring? So maybe she's not talking about it unless it's a permanent decision. That's kind of what it sounds like. Until then, she's focused on working hard on a potential in-ring combat. Oh! Again, I thought maybe, I'm glad this is, I thought maybe this is some illness she's going through, but I don't know. Maybe this is an injury, but good news, potential in-ring comeback and helping TNA in any way she can. I'm working every single day to maybe possibly be back in the ring. Okay, that's good news if she said that. I can't say when. I just know that I'm working with an amazing company in TNA that believes in me. They're giving me an opportunity to still be on camera, to manage my brand, to now search for Mr. Elegance that drives and that motivation outside of work that keeps me motivated to keep on going and keep doing on things I need to do. It's a lot when you have a throat like this right now. I need to do to be one step closer to being in ring. Okay, so this is a lot of hope. So again, I thought she was really ill, but this is maybe like an injury. She has hope she may come back. This is good news. It's crazy how life works because see, I knew this was going to be bad for me reading this long ass paragraph. It's crazy how life works because when you're on the tippy top of your career, the rung gets kind of pulled out from underneath of you. Very vague. Okay, so she's saying way more than this. She says another paragraph, but again, I can't really read all that right now. But, so you're just thinking about saying that long paragraph will just make me cough. But that is your wrestling news with TNA. That was your TNA review. This is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news and my life. Those that watch the replay, please like and follow. I'm also on X, Blue Sky, and TikTok, Marquelworld. But I'm getting off. Again, I'm very ill. I was up till 2 a.m. with the stomach flu, so I'm getting off. So this is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling.